Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Tony Cox with Keller Williams Arizona Realty, and you are listening to Time on Task Over Time. I'm the productivity coach in our market center, and I'm joined today with Heather Honnold. How you doing, Heather?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Wonderful. Heather is our market center administrator and soon to be certified life coach, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I think that is so cool.
Thank you.
So Heather, how was your drive into work today?
It was nice and smooth, thank goodness.
And how did your car function? Did it function properly?
My car functioned very well.
Very good.
Yes.
Mine too. And
Good.
I was thinking about that driving in today, and I realized that driving a car really isn't that complicated. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we let teenagers do this.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the parts of the car that you control are very few. I mean, you have direct control over, the gas pedal, the brake, the steering wheel. I guess if you have a clutch, you can
Right.
the clutch and the shift, and you can adjust the mirrors once in a while, and that can be helpful. And we have complete trust and faith in the engineering that goes into the car. And if you think about it, if you're on the on-ramp and you're getting onto the freeway, and your goal is to get your car up to 60 miles an hour, you're going to press on the gas, you're going to maybe press on the brake, you're going to shift if you have to, and you're going to watch the speedometer, and that's really all you control. And it's pretty automatic. I step on the gas and the car goes forward. Now, I'm not the mechanic here, but there's a lot of steps between me stepping on the gas and momentum in my vehicle that has to happen within the engine. The carburetor, the spark plug, the transmission, et cetera, et cetera. And I think I talked to a mechanic one time. There's like 8 or 9 individual processes that have to go on to make that work. And so the idea that I wanted to talk about this morning was focusing on that which you can control, and then having faith in the system that you'll get the results that you want.
You are absolutely right, Tony. I think it's important that we let go of the outcome and just trust in the system, focusing on the activities that we can control in order to get us to where we want to be. There are models and systems in place from people who have done this in the past. So trusting in that system and doing and focusing and having the intention of completing the tasks that we have control over is bound to get us to the outcome that we're looking for.
Right. If you have the right model,
absolutely,
let go of the outcome and focus on what it is you do control.
Right. And if there's a model, that it works. So that there are just some things that you need to do, and focusing on doing it over and over and over and over again until you get that outcome.
Yeah. And I think trusting in the model is important. Once in a while, I'll have one of my coaching clients come to me with what they've discovered as a shortcut. And I'll say, you might be smarter than I am, but you're not smarter than Gary Keller. If the shortcut's not part of the system that we already have at Keller Williams, it's probably not meant to be.
Absolutely. And if they've come up with a shortcut, chances are someone has already come up with that shortcut and realized it didn't work.
Yeah.
So
so stick to the models.
Absolutely.
Surrender to the models.
Yes.
It's kind of like dominoes. Have you ever played with
Yeah.
Not the game where you match up the dots. It's the one where you stand them all up on the edge and you press one and they all knock down.
I thought that was the only way to play dominoes.
In my family, that's the only way we play dominoes. Let's say you set up this big domino rally, and I'll do this with my kids on our dining room table once in a while. It'll take hours to set up. We have thousands of dominoes. It'll take hours to set them up, and then we'll play like rock, paper, scissors or something to see who gets to knock the first one down. But the goal is you hit one, and then the goal is to have all of them knocked down. And sometimes we set it up wrong, and there's like a piece that doesn't fall or something. That's always disappointing. We have to do it again. Mm-hmm. But when you think about that, the goal is to have them all knocked down, but the only thing you control is that first domino. Absolutely. And then you have to let go. You have to let the system work, and you have to trust in the system and let go of the outcome.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
So how does this apply to real estate professionals?
Well, again, there are systems and models in place, and having faith that those models work and continuing. Chances are that when you set up those dominoes, if they didn't work right, you're going to readjust and you're going to do it again. So consistency is key, and focusing again on the task at hand, what's right in front of you to get the result that you're looking for.
You know, are you focused on your scripts? Are you focused on your lead generation, your lead follow-up? Do you have the discipline to follow the models? And trusting you do what you can and forget about the outcome. One of my favorite videos on the KW website is Chris Heller and his listing presentation, parts 1 and 2. And if you haven't watched this, I highly recommend it because it's an art. I mean, it's beautiful how he does it. And one of the things you'll observe is he has no attachment to the outcome. There's no stress. The guy's as calm as a summer breeze. And he's just working the system, and the system works.
Absolutely. It's proven.
All right, well, let's end with this. I found a quote by Vince Lombardi, and I really liked what he says. Pretty simple here, but it makes sense. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence. Heather, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. You have a great day.
You too.